Well, welcome everyone, and let's make sure we are settled. So find your sit bones in your chair, rock a little bit side to side. Just imagine that you are situating yourself. And then let the rocking become a little bit smaller. And even a little bit smaller. And you want to feel the same amount of weight or sensation in the right sit bone as you do in the left. And then we imagine, ooh, am I recording my answer? We imagine that we are plugging in our sit bones like the prongs of an electrical outlet, and that stabilizes us on the chair. Once our sitting bones are settled, imagine your spine is like a spring that wants to uncoil. Lift up as you inhale and get a little taller. Today, I wanted to do something a little different and start with a tiny bit of breath work just to help us make that transition. Right? We're making a transition from wherever we were in the day and whatever we've been doing. And now we're coming into a more internal place where we'll have a higher awareness of our own sensations. So to start that out, really simple, 2 times. Inhale through your nose to a count of 2. And then exhale through your mouth with a sigh to a count of 4. So let's do that together now. So inhaling and exhaling. Like you're just letting go of everything. Feel a little calmer at the bottom of that exhale. Let's try it again. Inhale through the nose for your count of 2. And exhale for 4. Now, let's take your left hand and place it on your belly. Let your inhales now be directed right into your hands. Just feel as though you're breathing into your hand and feel your belly expand on the inhale. And then you'll notice the navel move back towards the spine as you exhale. Let's try that a few more times, beginning to slow down and deepen the breath. So on the inhales, belly is soft. Lungs fill, pushes the organs out of the way, and the belly appears to inflate, just expanding. And then on the exhale, without effort, the belly will move back, navel to spine, as the lungs empty. Notice if there's any tension in your jaw, soften your tongue. Let your eyebrows and even the eyelids relax. There's no tension in the upper shoulders, or if there is, try and release that with each time as you exhale, soften. All right, now finish up this inhale, and we'll change it up just a little bit. We're just making incremental changes. So now the next time you inhale and you feel the belly expand on your hand, pause at the top of your inhale, just holding the breath for like 1 count. And then exhale again without effort, let the belly move back. Do that 3 more times. So a slow, patient inhale, filling the lungs. Pressure under the hand, and then pause, let the spine be long, holding the breath, and then exhale, navel moves back. 2 more times. Maybe make the breath slightly audible so you can hear it and cultivate a smooth, slow inhale, followed by a long, patient exhale. All right, you can remove your left hand. And now we'll go towards Samasthiti, which means equal length. So equal length of the inhale and the exhale. I'll encourage you to count to 4 on your own. For the inhale, 4 on the exhale. But to follow the breath a little bit more, we'll have 3 points of focus: nose, chest, belly. So on the inhale, it would be inhaling through the nose and feeling it, letting the chest expand and then the belly expand. On the exhale, it'll be belly, chest, nose. So awareness is nose, chest, belly on inhale. On exhale, flatten the belly, the lungs empty out, and then feel the warm air coming out the nostrils. So counting to yourself 4 to 4, maybe the count will get slower or faster depending upon your tolerance right now, your threshold. So you want to stay where it's absolutely perfectly comfortable and you're not gasping or gripping for the next breath. So let's try that now when you are ready. Inhaling nose, chest, belly. And when you're ready, exhaling belly, chest, nose. So keep that up on your own now, your own rhythm. And we'll do this for about a minute. And if this pattern doesn't suit you right now, simply watch your breath for the next minute. Feel the cool air coming in through the nose and the back of the throat. A little lift to the ribs. Then the warm air moving back out the throat and the nose and the ribs bone. You might imagine that your body begins to soften and even the edges begin to dissolve. The breath remains. Breath is central. You might even imagine one visualization is that we're made out of salt and we're in the ocean and our body is slowly dissolving and we're joining with the ocean, but the breath continues. So anything that makes you feel like the breath can be central and focused, and the sensations of the body can begin to diffuse, to soften, even dissolve, and you stay anchored to the breath. Nose, chest, belly. Exhaling, belly, chest, nose. The mantra can be, I inhale and my lungs fill. I exhale and my lungs empty. Nose, chest, belly, belly, chest, nose. Let's do one more breath like this. And now for one more minute, we'll change it up one more time. And you will do this to your capacity, to what feels right and comfortable in your threshold. To the extent that you would like to let go of emotions or confrontational or difficult feelings, a pattern of 1 to 2 is a great tool. So that means however long you inhale, work to find the exhale twice as long. So if you can inhale for 3 or 4 counts, maybe you're exhaling for 6 or 8 counts. And again, the count can be quick or it can be slow. So you fashion it to your tolerance at this time. So let's take a minute of inhaling a ratio of 1 to exhaling 2. Just see how this feels. Still nose, chest, belly. And on the exhale, to get it a little bit longer, you'll want to pull that navel back, engage the lowest abdominals, and then feel that wave of the exhale roll out past the tip of the nose. Let's say you'll take 3 more breaths in this pattern. When you finish the breath that you're on, now for a minute, normal breathing, meaning don't regulate it. It might be a little longer than your normal breath, and that's fine. Just allow your breath to return back to an unregulated state. Breathing in, breathing out, taking your time. Maybe at the bottom of the exhale, pausing for a little moment and feeling this very quiet place at the bottom of your exhale. And see if you can enjoy that space. And at the end of this exhale, blink your eyes open if they're closed. And when you're ready, come back to a neutral spine. So breath is the most efficient way for us to access the mind, the emotions, and the body. And so we use it as a vehicle to shift the way we feel. So notice how you feel now, and you might feel different than you felt in the beginning before class. Now using the breath, let's inhale, the arms up, look straight ahead and just wide sweep of the arms, lengthening of the spine, lift up. A little pause at the top, feel as though somebody's pulling your ring fingers towards the ceiling. And then imagine the air is heavy and you're pressing it down, down, and down. Let's do that one more time. So inhale like you're gathering up energy, lifting it up and consolidating it, concentrating it between your hands. Lift up a little taller and then exhale, pushing down. So there's a little activation of the shoulders. You can have a slight bend in the elbows, push down, down, down. This time, when you lift your arms up, let's look up. Take your chin up to the ceiling as far as is comfortable. Notice the extension or the back bend at your lumbar spine. And then exhale, bring your chin down as your arms push down. And one more time. So as shoulder blades and arms lift up, chin lifts up, spine lengthens. As you exhale, chin drops, shoulders slide down the back, arms lower. Now, inhale up, look up, but let's interlace our fingers now at the top. And if it's comfortable, turn the palms away from you and look up. Take an inhale here. When you exhale, firm your belly and just a little at a time, take it over to the right and your mouth. Let your head and neck relax, right ear to right shoulder. Use the next inhale to float yourself back to center without effort. Firm the belly and exhale, take it over to the left. And then inhale back to center. Let's exhale, left hand to right knee, and right hand is on the chair or any place back behind you, or even the small of the back, whatever's comfortable for you. Inhale, push down, lift up. When you exhale, pull the belly in and just a slight little twist. Don't push into it. Let it be really easy this first time. Just whatever twist is naturally available in your spine at this time, and breathe. Then inhale back to center and take both arms up, shoulder height over your head. When you exhale, let's bring right hand to the left knee and left hand to the chair behind us. Push down to lift up. Always do that before you twist. Then pull the belly in and twist to the left. Again, don't crank into it or force it. Just find that first beautiful, peaceful spot where the spine would like to turn right now. Feels okay to look over your left shoulder, by all means. And make sure you're finding substantial breath here. And then inhale and turn back around. Now let's work a little bit on the head and neck. We'll do head and neck, then shoulders, then spine today. So starting really simply, moving just your head on an inhale. Slide the chin up to the ceiling, maybe even look back behind you a little bit, opening up the front of the throat. When you exhale, lower the head like an arc, bring the chin down to the collarbone. Let the back of the neck feel very long. We'll do that one more time. Use your inhale like your chin is filled with helium and it floats up. And a long, slow exhale as the navel draws back and the chin draws down. And then bring your head to center. Now imagine you have a little flashlight on the crown of your head, and we're going to start by drawing little tiny circles on the ceiling. Just pick a direction. And so it's like a little wobble head, just a tiny little one. You want to be very careful with the neck. It can be delicate structure. So we're just making little circles. And then if it feels good, very slow motion, make those circles a little bigger. Let's try that one more time. And then bring yourself back to center. So just a little awakening of the neck, not super aggressive. Whatever direction you were going now, go in the opposite direction, drawing those little circles of light on the ceiling. Paying attention to sensation. Feeling as though the movement actually comes from your tailbone. Everything is connected. And now if it feels good, circles are a little bigger, but very slow. So the reason we do it slowly is the top two vertebrae allow you to rotate, but they're not shaped like a ball and socket the way your shoulders and hips are. So they're shaped more like two shovels. And so they don't quite make a full circle. So come back around to center again. And so we always want to take it slowly. Our shoulders, the end of our bone is actually round. So that's the way that it moves, but our neck is not like that. So when you exhale this time, drop your chin to your collarbones or that sternal notch right above your sternum. Let the back of your neck be long, roll your shoulders back and down. Now draw the chin over to the left shoulder. And then exhale, drag the chin back to the center, and then inhale over to the right. So we're drawing like a smile shape with our chin, taking it slow, going side to side. If there's any place that feels particularly uncomfortable and you want to pause there and just move little movements back and forth across that, explore that. We're looking to release excessive tension that we might be holding in our upper traps, our scalenes, our SCM, or other neck muscles. Then come back to center. And when you're done, bring your head neutral. Now we did sort of a smile shape. Now we're going to make a rainbow shape. So let's take the chin and look to the right. And then leading with the chin, take the chin up to the ceiling and slow, slow, slow over to the left shoulder. Maybe tap the shoulder or the collarbone if that feels okay. And then using your inhale to float that chin up to the center and over and down to the right. And now a few more times like this, draw your rainbow. And if there's any place that feels uncomfortable, or has excessive tension, hang out there, move back and forth in small motions through it, and help it learn to release. Let's do one more rainbow. And then bring your head to center. All right. Let's do a little cat-cow, and then I want to come back and do a fairly intensive thing with the shoulders and neck. Well, I think it's important to do. All right, so our cat-cow, our hands are on our thighs. We push down to lift up. We get that tall spine, firm the belly. On the inhale, the elbows and the shoulders move back as the chest moves forward. So you're actually bringing your chest forward and then gently looking up. And you'll feel that back bend or that extension, the arch in your back. When it's time for you to exhale, you'll push the knees away, tuck the tailbone, pull the belly in, round the back, drop the chin, And feel that stretch between the shoulder blades. And now you'll take these two movements and you'll correlate them with your breath, finding a slow, continuous movement in the same way that your inhale can melt into your exhale. See if you can find the cow, the little back bend, melt and transition into the calf, the rounded back. And feel free to tailor this. Any little variation that feels right for you or that you want to experiment with, feel free to give it a try. The goal is to get each section of your spine to gently move. So we're going through extension when we look up and flexion when we round and look down. Let's do this one more time. And then come back to center. So once you come back, we'll do something to release any tension in the shoulders, involve the spine a little, and then we'll do the neck thing. All right. So when you're back, take your right hand and put it in the small of your back with your palm facing out. So the back of your hand is against your back. On the inhale, sweep your left arm forward and up and look up. So you'll feel your lumbar spine, that curve will deepen. Now, when you exhale, hinge at your hips, reach as far forward as you can, reach, 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 and then take that left hand to the small of your back and let your head and neck relax over. Excuse me, to inhale, drop your left arm, reach out in front of you. Use your inhale to lift yourself up smoothly, and then exhale that hand to the small of the back. We'll alternate. Right arm, release your right arm, and inhale, lift up, look up. And exhale as smoothly like you're in slow motion underwater. Right hand comes to the small of the back as you fold forward and release the head and neck. Back of the neck is very long. Time to inhale, release that right arm and use it to swoop forward and up. And hand to the small of the back. Let's do that one more time on each side. So inhale, left arm comes up and we look up. And exhale, hand to the small of the back, really lengthen through the spine like there's a conveyor belt that's moving towards the crown of your head. Or maybe a waterfall. Your spine becomes a waterfall. You're taking a breath at the bottom. And when it's time to come up, release that left arm and bring it up. Looking up, and then exhale, we rotate that shoulder and bring it to the small of the back. Last time with the right arm. Release your right arm. Swing it forward and up. And then lengthening through the spine, really reaching way out in front of you, and then rolling down over the lap. Right hand to the small of the back, head release it. Release your right arm and use it to swing forward and up as you inhale. And exhale to the small of the back. All right, we'll do one symmetrical, just it's always good to sort of bring symmetry back to the body. So release both arms by your sides. And we'll swing them forward and up as we look up. Now, when you exhale, reach way out in front of you. And then as you continue down, bring both hands to the small of your back and release your head and neck. Maybe look back through the legs of your chair. And let the breath inflate all along the spine, from the tailbone up to the crown of the head. Like you're massaging your spine with your breath. With your next inhale, release your arms. Reach them out in front of you and float up the whole way. And then let's just exhale the hands to the sides and down. All right. Now this neck thing will take a little while to do, but I think it's really worthwhile. There are 4 movements that we'll do with our shoulders. And let's do them first, and then we'll add the head, because the head will be in different angles. All right, so let your arms be relaxed by your sides. When you inhale, we've done this before, bring your shoulders up by your ears, squeeze them in a little moment, get a little taller. And then when you exhale, you can sigh it out and lower your shoulders down. Now we'll do the opposite. When you inhale, reach like your middle fingers want to touch the floor. So maybe you can see that I'm depressing the shoulders, drawing down, down, down. Sides of your neck will feel a little longer. And then when you exhale, just soften and release. Now bend your elbows. And when you inhale, imagine you're trying to touch your elbows behind your back. That's another way of saying opening up the chest and arching the back a little bit. This is called retraction. Helps you get a deep inhale. And then when you exhale, the opposite, protraction. We're going to put space between our shoulder blades, bring the heads of the shoulders towards each other, and even turn the back of the hands towards each other. And you're slightly rounding the upper back. You feel that stretch like when we do cat. And then come back to center. So the shoulder blades move up, they move down, they move together, and they move apart. Those are the 4 motions. All right, now we're going to combine it with moving the head. So this first time, you'll look up the ceiling and you'll keep looking up as we go through these 4 motions, and I'll walk us through it, okay? So let's inhale the chin up to the ceiling. Again, relax the front of the throat. If there's any compression in the back of the neck, then don't lower the head back so far, or take your tongue and press it against the hard palate, just behind your front teeth. Move the mouth. That'll help you engage the muscles that might help you lift up so you're not compressing the back of the neck. All right, chin is up, arms are relaxed by our side. Inhale your shoulders up and squeeze them up. Get a little taller while you're here. And then exhale, drop your shoulders, but the chin remains up. Next time you inhale, draw your middle fingers like they want to touch the floor on either side of the chair. Reach, reach, reach. And then exhale and soften. Bend your elbows. And when you inhale, draw your elbows together behind you like you want them to touch, if only they could. Arching the back, still looking up. And then soften and release. And last thing, on an inhale, roll your shoulders forward like you want to touch the heads of your shoulders together in front of you. Feel that stretch across the upper back, still looking up, up, up. And then release and bring your head to neutral. Whew, I feel a real flush of blood flow. It really changes the circulation in these areas. All right, let's try it now. Same thing, but the chin is down. I got a thumbs up from Helena. All right, so I hope that felt good. Yeah, it's really good at sort of getting rid of some of the chronic patterns of tension that we have. All right, so let's try it now. The chin is down at the sternal notch. The arms are relaxed by your sides. Let the back of the neck feel long and relaxed. The spine is tall. The next time you inhale, inhale your shoulders up by your ears and squeeze in. And then exhale, soften and let them relax. Inhale and reach for the floor. Engage your whole shoulder girdle. Feel those muscles around, underneath, behind your shoulder blades activated. And then release and soften your shoulders. Bend your elbows. Still looking down. Squeeze the elbows together behind you. Feel the arch of the back, and even think about bringing your chest to meet your chin and your chin to meet your chest. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze those shoulder blades together and down, and then soften and release them. And last thing you'll do, internally rotate the shoulders. Bring the heads of the shoulders forward and towards each other. Slightly round the upper back. Chin is still dropped. Squeeze the arms towards the center of the chest. And then exhale and relax and come back to center. So you can imagine we can do this looking down and looking up and up. So all told, there's 6 different variations of this. let's do just the up and the up. So we'll do two more. Won't take too long. But so that's a really great way of because a lot of the tension in our neck is asymmetrical. Like you might have tightness on one side more than the other. So this will help us get into that. All right. So we're going to start by looking up to the right, like you want to look where your wall and your ceiling meet, and keep your eyes, your gaze fixed there. And then drop your arms by your sides. On an inhale, bring the shoulders up, squeeze them in, still looking up and to the right as you exhale and drop the shoulders. Now reach for the floor. Feel like you're getting taller. Your neck is getting longer and you're reaching. Shoulders pressing down and then release. Bend your elbows, still looking up and to the right. Draw the elbows back behind you. A fluid spine, letting it arch, letting the chest expand. Shoulders, feel that flesh in between your shoulder blades will crinkle up and get compressed, and then release. Still looking to the right, roll your shoulders in towards each other and squeeze like your back of your heart is being exposed in between your shoulder blades. Breathing into that place between your shoulder blades. And then exhale and release and bring it back. Man, I feel like they're small motions, but they're intense. So we'll do it one more time. And maybe this will help you diagnose where you might be holding tension in your head, neck, and shoulders. All right, we're going to look up and to the left. Okay. So where the wall and the ceiling meet, up on the left. Arms are relaxed by your sides, spine is long, belly is taut. On an inhale, lift those shoulders up, squeeze them in, get a little taller. Squeeze, and then exhale and let them drop down. Inhale, fingertips want to touch the floor, depressing the shoulder blades, feeling space between the top of your shoulder and the top of your shoulder blade. There's like a new space there. And then exhale and release. Still looking up and to the left, the elbows draw back towards each other. Shoulder blades dragging down the back and in towards each other. And then release. And last one, rotate the shoulder girdle inward. So internal rotation. Draw the heads of the shoulders together, slightly round the upper back, but still be looking up and to the left. Breathing. And then exhale and releasing. Okay, maybe we have a brand new neck and upper back and shoulders. I hope you like that and that feels good. All right, let's do a little bit more for the rest of our body now. So our sit bones are situated on the chair. Now your hands can be anywhere you like. We'll do our hip circles, our torso circles. They can be here. If you want them out of the way, maybe you can try this, holding on to the shoulders or even the elbows. I'll do this as the demo. So we'll start with little circles. Again, bringing our awareness to our sit bones, those two bony protuberances where we transfer our weight into the chair. So feeling ourselves go behind, to the sides, in front of, and back. And so that means our pelvis is leaning forward when we come forward, it's leaning back when we go back. And if this feels comfortable, and you'd like to explore taking it a little bit bigger, see what that feels like. You'll notice you'll need to use your abs when you lean back to control the descent. And again, you can tailor this. You can look side to side, down and up. We just liberated our neck, hopefully, so if you'd like to include that, or even adding a slight twist as you go to the sides. Changing levels more, going down and up. So whatever feels right for you in terms of movement of the torso in relation to the pelvis and the hips. Let's do one more. And come back to center. You can release your arms for a moment and just pause. And take a moment for interoception. That means feeling inside of yourself. And just notice what changes you might perceive in your energy. Do you feel different? What do you feel and where do you feel it are the basic questions. Just noticing what's taking place as it's happening. All right, we'll go the other direction now. So again, hands can be on lap, on opposite shoulders, here. You can even take them here if you like. So explore where you would like your hands to be. I'm going to try and reverse my arms if I can remember what I did. All right, and then little circles in the opposite direction. Always starting out little, because sometimes it feels really different to go in one direction than the other, especially if you have asymmetrical ways that your body is holding tension. All right. And then again, you'll explore taking it a little bit bigger, or maybe a lot bigger, fast or slow. And you can add twists, change levels, include the head. You'll see what feels right for you today, what your body is asking. And then let's come back to center. All right, I always like to do a little bit of ab work because strong core liberates us in lots of different ways. So you can imagine if you have really strong arms and a weak core, you might not be able to lift very well, or you'll be able to lift, but you might injure your core. Whereas if you have a very strong core, that's actually what's lifting. Your arms are just the hinge that are holding it. So I always want to work on the core a little bit. And we'll do that with our really simple abdominals. So again, hands can be on the lap. You can hold your elbows. You can take them onto your chest just to get them out of the way. I'll demo like this again. All right. So on an inhale, lift up. And when you exhale, take your time. Lean back, back, back as long as you can control it. So you don't want to fall back. You want to slowly, progressively move back. And then the next time you inhale, use your inhale to float yourself back to birth. Let's do that a few more times, and then we'll change it a little. So exhaling back, pausing once you feel those abdominals kick in, and see if you can pause there for a breath, pulling the navel to spine, and then inhale, bring yourself back. Let's do two more with your breath. Maybe your shoulders can go back and touch the chair, but only if you can control the descent. Try and keep your neck long, like extension of the spine. When you're ready, you'll inhale up. You might begin to feel some warmth radiating all along the front of your belly. Focusing those abdominal muscles there. Try and keep your shoulders away from your ear. And then inhale. All right, now let's pivot just a little bit. Let's pivot to the right. So you're looking off to the right. Take an inhale here. And when you exhale, exhale back towards your left hip. So the movement might be a little smaller because we're using slightly different muscles here. Our obliques, you might feel your obliques on your left side talking to you. And then use your inhale to come back to the right. Swivel over to the left. Look at the left, inhale, get tall, and exhale towards the right. So now you might feel the right obliques. And then inhale back to the left. Bring yourself back to center. Let's do that one more time. So take it to the right. Inhale here. And exhale back towards the left hip. Maybe can go a little further this time. Just see what the strength of your abdominal muscles will allow you to do. Hang it out here. The belly is engaged. And then inhale, bring yourself back to the right. Big movement. Swivel over to the left. And the next exhale takes you back towards the right hip. And again, play with how much you would like to be able to lean back, 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 as long as you can manage and control it. And then inhale yourself to the front left. And then bring yourself back to center and relax. Okay, that's some work there on the abdominals. All right, I'd like to do one more thing with our arms. I think we have time. All right, let's try cactus arms. So we're bringing our arms out next to our shoulders. On an inhale, let's look up and let our fingertips just lightly touch. And then exhale, bring your elbows out wide. The next time you exhale, like your elbows are sliding over a counter, bring your elbows, forearms, and hands together if that's available to you. And then inhale, spread your arms wide, sink those elbows back. All right, now imagine your elbows are staying put right where they are. And when you exhale, you're going to slowly pivot. Take your hands forward and then down. So a little bit like a scarecrow. The elbows stay level with the shoulders if they can, and the hands are down. Try and release the base of the neck. Ooh, bless you. And then inhale, we'll bring the arms, we'll pivot up again like that. And we'll exhale them back together again. All right, inhale them back out again. We'll repeat this one more time. And inhale and reach. Let your fingertips just tap. And then exhale, wide elbows. And take an inhale here and see if you can draw your elbows even back a little bit. We've been drawing those shoulder blades together, so maybe you can do that. And then when you exhale, glide the arms towards each other. Now the inhale floats the arms open again. Elbows stay where they are. Take your time and slowly pivot, pivot, pivot until maybe fingertips reach down. Notice if there's tension in your shoulders, try and release it. Get a little taller here. And then inhale, float the fingertips back to the ceiling. And exhale the arms together. Let's release the arms. Let's do a few shoulder rolls here. So we've done a lot with the shoulders. Let's release them. So circles backwards with your shoulders. So forward and up is fairly easy. And then I recommend squeezing the shoulder blades back and down. Just a few times like that to release any residual tension. And then just to release anything else, take your arms as wide as feels comfortable. And then when you exhale, do the left arm under the rungs. And then inhale, maybe this time look up. And exhale, reverse your arms, right arm under left. And do that back and forth just a few times here. Inhale and spread, exhale and clasp. And reversing the arms. And one more time. All right. Bring yourself back to a very neutral seated position. Finding your sit bones. Using your breath to caress that spine and lift it up like the crown of the head is lifting, the back of the skull is lifting, and even the roof of the mouth is lifting. Hands press down lightly on the thighs just to help you lengthen. And then soften your gaze, lower it, or close your eyes. And become the witness. Observe the air as it passes by the tip of the nose, the back of the throat, cool coming in, a little warmer as you exhale out. And maybe feeling that gentle lift of the lowest ribs on an inhale. Just a little beautiful lift out to the sides. And then a lowering on the exhale. And just taking a moment to welcome yourself into your body. Have you ever had an experience of a friend that you haven't seen forever that you're so excited to see? And you're looking out your front door and you see them coming up the walkway and you are so excited, your heart just like expands. Can you take that same sensation, that sheer joy, and turn it inwards? Welcome yourself back into your body. Say, welcome home. And then if you're ready, bring your hands together in front of your heart, lower your chin. Take a moment to honor yourself. Take a moment to recognize if you've created a shift, a little bit of peace or spaciousness or calm. And then my wish is that you can share that sensation, that spaciousness, that peace with yourself for the rest of the day and with others. It's my honor to do yoga with you, and Adaptive Adventures. Namaste.